It's going to be a big night of FA Cup action for AFC Bournemouth, as the Cherries are now just 2 wins away from playing at Wembley. Tonight they welcome Championship side Leicester City to the South Coast, hoping to replicate their impressive 5-0 victory in the last round. Logan Lawson has sent us this preview from the Vitality Stadium.
There's a real sense of optimism in the air here at the Vitality Stadium as AFC Bournemouth look to make it through to the quarter-final of the FA Cup for just the 3rd time in the club's history. Standing in their way are Championship table toppers Leicester City, who have a 6-point gap at the top of the 2nd division. Well, I'm joined by BBC Radio Solent's Kris Temple. Kris, how big of an opportunity is this for Bournemouth to go one step closer to Wembley?
Yeah, I think when I stood here last game, actually, in the last round of the Cup, we said this is a really big opportunity against Swansea. We didn't expect them to be 5-0 up at half-time in that game. This will be a tougher test tonight. Certainly Leicester have been in great form, obviously looking like they're going to bounce back to the Premier League at the first time of asking. But again, a bit like the last round, I think if you draw a team from a lower division at home, 2 wins from Wembley, and it just starts to get everybody dreaming a little bit. Leicester have lost their last 2 games as well, which is about as much of a crisis as they had this season. So I think, yeah, off the back of the weekend performance, expectations are probably pretty high.
No league wins since Boxing Day for Bournemouth, but the performances have been improving, haven't they? Yeah,
I think Saturday against Manchester City was, I mean, you come across Cherries fans who were actually happy with a loss. I mean, that sounds stupid, but happy with the performance in a loss. And they really gave Manchester City so many things to think about. So yes, while the results in the Premier League haven't quite gone the way they wanted to, certainly the last couple of performances away at Newcastle and at home here, albeit in defeat against Manchester City, have certainly given hope that things are just ready to click again in the Premier League. But actually, Bournemouth have got themselves in such a good position of sort of mid-table safety in the Premier League that Andoni Iraola can really have a go at this cup now.
Well, the Leicester manager has hinted at making up to 11 changes. What can we expect from Iraola tonight?
Well, in the past, Bournemouth have made changes because the first priority has always been to stay in the division or to get out of the division if they've been in the one lower. At the minute, in a comfortable position in mid-table. I think Saturday's game did take it out of them physically. It was a tea-time game. Here we are Tuesday night, just quite a quick turnaround, and that's something that Iraola has spoken about. So if there are changes, I think it will be because players are suffering a little bit from the efforts against Manchester City. I would think, though, he went pretty strong in the last round and they were 5-0 up at half-time. I think he'll go pretty strong this evening. Leicester's priorities obviously are elsewhere, getting back into the Premier League.
Thank you very much, Kris. Well, shortly fans will be entering through the turnstiles ahead of what's set to be an exciting, albeit rather chilly night of football. Full match commentary is on BBC Radio Solent. That's online, on your smart speaker. Kick-off here is at 7:30.